Hi, welcome to Dragon Skizzy update video. This is kind of like a drum. This is kind of like my own personal audio log. Um, God, I'm getting so stressed out here from my 20th birthday. But I guess it's never too late. Consider for anybody. Um, so without further ado, let's look up Dragon uh, in Google. Images. Dragon. Oh, look at that. They're so cute. Look at that. They're a little couple, a little dragon couple. Look at that. Yeah, we got a little kid on the way. We got a little kid on the way. Instead of carrying around and getting a whole bunch of ugly and stretch marks after that, we got ourselves a little kitty. Little kitty in this egg. Hormones and stretch marks and stuff like that inside. Well, there are stretch marks, but I'm not going to say where. Anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, this is kind of an audio log of like, why exactly am I doing this? And I decided to do this because of, God, it's only it's 4, and now it's 3 days until my birthday, and I'm pushing 20, and I'm going to be 20 on the August 30th of 2014, in case I don't release this video that soon. And the truth is, it's kind of a cool. That's a red dragon. Hey, I see what you did there. That's from the movie Red Dragon with Edward Norton and stuff. The Hannibal Lecter movie. And that's a lady with big jibbly boobies. So, okay, why am I doing this channel? The reason being is because I don't have the drive in my life as I did before. That I really don't have any drive in my life anymore. Like, I'm unmotivated. I don't want to do anything other than what I've been doing, which is just go onto YouTube, watch my favorite YouTubers, watch Netflix, play video games or whatever, and go to sleep. Oh, and after I feed my St. Bernard dogs. I'm 20 years old. Well, I'm going to be 20 in 3 days on the 30th. And, or if you're watching this, I'm 20 after August 30th. And I still don't even have an ID, let alone a driver's license, let alone a permit. And I have the driver manual, and I don't know. I just don't, I don't read it. I know I should, and I've been diagnosed with ADHD. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think it has partly to do with it, because when I try to focus on it and try to, absorb the information, I doze off in my head, and I start thinking of other things I could be doing instead of what I'm doing. And I just don't concentrate. I can't absorb the information, and then I'm just like, oh, fuck it. All right, just fuck this. And then I stop. I can't even read a paragraph without getting frustrated at myself for not being able to concentrate. And it's just a paradox where I am constantly at battle with myself, and I can't do it. I think even with ADHD medication, I'm still kind of fighting myself to do this thing, to kind of do what I'm trying to do, and I can't. On top of that, I suffer from anxiety attacks and panic attacks, and if you don't suffer, if you've never had one, or you see people on shows who have them and stuff like that, it's portrayed very well, like especially in Breaking Bad, when Hank starts having those panic attacks and stuff like that. That's what it feels like. It is the worst feeling in the world. The Hank's panic attacks are to a T. And I suffer from hypochondria, and the hypochondria leads to panic attacks, and it's just it's the worst. And I don't really talk about it, and I try to shove it under the carpet because I always felt that other people, like there's a kid in Africa getting beheaded, I don't know. I always felt my problems were void, moot, just not important. I don't feel important, or at least my problems don't feel important. Well, let's face it, nobody is really that important. Not even Barack Obama. We're just stardust. We are the philosopher. Okay, enough about that. But you are only important to yourself, really. And what's important to me is I want to be able to live my life without my fear, without my anxiety, and I want to be able to be happy. And when I start thinking or trying to self-pity myself or whatever, I think to myself, you have a roof over your head, you get fed, you're still living with your parents, they buy your food, they put the roof over your head, and well, what else is there? What's to complain about? You're not striving for life, trying to eat maggots for breakfast or anything. But oh god, I just snotted myself. Okay, so yeah. Hey, it's Smaug. Kind of. Whatever. Let's look at this blue dragon. Let's get the boat, the ship and stuff. It's all like rawr. Okay, so anyway, I don't know, and I never really felt like my problems were that green. Wait a second, green dragon? That's not a green dragon. That's blue. Somebody colorblind? Whatever. Anyway, so I never felt my problems were that important. I always thought, your anxiety is all in your head. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing to worry about. You're fine. But, all these irrational fears and stuff, they're in your head. Their irrational fears are created by you. And these feelings are created by you. Your fear is literally a product of your own imagination. And you have way too good of imagination for your own good. So, yeah, and what I'm hoping to do with this YouTube channel is to just branch out and give me something to do to be able to kind of motivate myself. I don't have drive. I don't have the drive in my life at all. I don't know what to do. And my birthday coming up has gotten me anxious because I'm like, I can't even drive. I'm 20 years. I'm going to be 20. I can't even drive. Well, whatever. There's nothing I can do. Actually, there is things I can do. I just don't do them. And that's my problem. The worst thing is knowing things that you can do. But you just can't. I'm not explaining things properly. The worst thing is knowing your flaws, but not being able to really help yourself. And that's one problem with me, is I know all my flaws. I know the little intricate details of my personality, the asshole things about me that I am. I don't say thank you when people go into the stores and get me something. I'm like, oh yeah. I forget to say thank you. And by the way, any of my future friends, I don't have any friends. I know that sounds pathetic. It's true. I don't have any friends. I've been homeschooled for about 6-7 years now. And I have, homeschool, your only friends are your family. With my best friend, me. That's right. Now give yourself a hug. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have any friends, and people on Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, they're more like game partners than anything. My brother actually has friends. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm more... The weird thing is, I'm more of a people person than my brother, but he actually has friends, and hell, he even got his girlfriend from online, and actually met her and stuff. And I'm not going to talk about my brother's relationships and stuff like that, out of respect for my brother, and I'm not going to tell you who my brother is, or who I am. I am Dragon Skizzy, anonymous person. So, anyway, yeah, he met his friends online. Hell, they even were like, yeah, we should meet up. And he's like, yeah, I would, but I can't, Me, I don't know. I just don't... the people that I hang out with aren't really all that interesting. They're just, like... They play games with me, but they're not really interested in what, like, I do or anything. And, I don't know. And the problem is I'm a people person. I'm very, I like meeting people. I don't have any friends. I never even kissed a girl. Hell. I sound like a classic nerd. And, I am pretty nerdy. But, I mean, I don't know. So, I hope you support my channel. I hope you like my videos. And if you comment, I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you so much. And don't subscribe to me if you're not going to watch my videos. That kind of defeats the purpose. So, without further ado, hell, and I don't know if anybody is really going to watch this, but if you can help me out, I really do appreciate it. But until then, now enough with the feels video. So yeah, that's my life summary about my true self. Is that I am a pretty sad individual when I summarize it like that. I mean, I don't really think about it. I'm not like, I can't complain. But when I summarize it, I don't have a girlfriend. I never had a girlfriend. I never even kissed a girl. I'm pushing 20. I don't have a driver's license. I practically dropped out of school only because of technicality. And now I'm going to try to get a GED so I can take my SAT so I can get my degree. Hopefully in biology. I'm very interested in microbiology. Maybe go for gold and get a job in CDC. The CDC. Center for Disease Control. Well, that concludes the feels video. Bye-bye. And, please watch my videos. That was my kissy. My audio kissy. My audio kissy. My audio kissy!